That's right. I was the one guy who defended Sonic when the rest of the internet was attacking the movie and saying it was going to be horrible. Just from seeing a silhouette render of the new Sonic, I was the one guy who said, you know what? Let's just give it some time. It might be good. Who knows? Yes, I was that guy, and I was absolutely wrong. Let's talk about it. Alright, now I admit, ladies and gentlemen, you probably heard it to nauseam at this point. YouTubers all across the board talking about how bad this new Sonic movie looks. And at the risk of me being redundant and throwing my hat into the ring, I gotta let you guys know my opinion about this whole entire thing. Now, first off, okay, you guys are, like I said, you guys are right. If you get off to being right, I can admit when I was wrong. That's one of my strong traits. I can say, okay, I was wrong about that. I will admit it. So if you get off that sort of thing, there you go. But I want to talk about something else in relation to this movie. Something I don't see a lot of people talking about. Yes, Sonic looks terrible. Jim Carrey's looking to save the day. But none of this speaks to how well the movie would do. Honestly, from my perspective, I've seen a lot of people that were outside maybe the Sonic realm that are excited to see this movie. And even if you are a Sonic fan, there is general intrigue nonetheless. Let me explain. Video games being adapted to films is already shaky territory at best. Hell, not even just video games. This all fits into a broader umbrella. But the point is, when you're dealing with die-hard fans of a source material, people that hold their series and love it to death and love the heck out of it, that's a sensitive area. And they'll pick out any inconsistency and inaccuracy. And that's what we're seeing here, albeit for good reason. Sonic doesn't at all resemble his video game counterpart, and anybody who's about their Sonic most likely isn't happy right now. Heck, even Jim Carrey isn't acting like Eggman one-to-one. I've never seen Eggman that animated and his personality just being that out there. Honestly, it just seems like a wacky Jim Carrey character that just happens to be Eggman. But there's another side to this. Casual and cold prospects. While it can't be denied and should be expected for the Sonic fandom to be upset by this, I still expect this movie to draw in a percentage of this crowd, if nothing else because they love everything Sonic, and despite their apprehension are fueled by curiosity because of their fandom. It's why Death Note fans checked out that live action, why people watch the Full Metal Alchemist live action, and oh god, casuals who may like Sonic consider themselves seasonal fans. These are those of us who don't own every Sonic game, but have played the classic Sonics quite a bit and are kind of familiar with Sonic and know about Sonic. I can see them liking this because to them, the film isn't riddled with all these expectations that are so high that they're hard to reach. Next, you have the cold crowd, the people who may have never played Sonic before, maybe heard of the series a few times, but honestly are being dragged out because it's date night, or they're taking somebody out on date night. Maybe this is recommended to them. Maybe you have parents going, this looks like a really cool kid movie. I'll take my kid to go see this. Although, if these parents themselves don't know who Sonic is, then that's an issue because at that point, I would like to know how they managed to do it. How they managed to lift themselves up under that rock they've been living under and free themselves to rejoin our society. So yes, when you look at it from every one of those perspectives, the film might actually do well in terms of what it makes. But I gotta ask, who is this film for? Because as I've said, a large portion of the Sonic fandom aren't gonna get behind this because this isn't a good representation of what Sonic is. And because it's not a good representation of what Sonic is, if the plan and attack is to then bring in cold and casuals into Sonic, this doesn't represent enough elements of what Sonic is in order to do that accurately. Take, for example, Dragon Ball Evolution, right? Every Dragon Ball Z fan, Dragon Ball fan, whatever, what have you, despises that movie. I absolutely hate that movie. I don't know anybody that likes it. But let's say you're a cold prospect for Dragon Ball. Let's say you don't know what it was. You had no idea what it was prior to watching that movie. Is the plan to drag you into Dragon Ball at that point? Because if that's the case, that movie will not do it because it does not represent the elements of what Dragon Ball is. It's such a far cry from what that series is. It's absolutely disgusting. To be fair, this Sonic movie isn't that far left, but there's a lot of elements in this movie that just aren't represented in the games at all. I'm not trying to risk copyright for this video, that's why you're not seeing clips of the trailer playing right now as I'm discussing it, but there's a scene in the trailer where Sonic's running down a skyscraper and saves, I'm not familiar with who the actor is, but he's They're falling down the skyscraper and Sonic throws a ring that then teleports them to another area. This could be a callback to the giant rings in the older games that used to send you to the special stage, but that's just so random of a throwback, and it's not used like that throughout any of the other Sonic games canonically anyways. Like, it's just a weird thing to pull from. So I think we can all agree that Sonic doesn't look like Sonic 1-to-1. This whole movie doesn't feel like Sonic 1-to-1. And I understand that we're bringing Sonic into the real world, and I'll be okay with all that. I'll be okay with elements being exaggerated like the giant ring. I'd be okay with Sonic emitting a blue energy and light for whatever reason, if this doesn't come together in a way that's cheesy, forced, and predictable. We still don't know how Sonic makes it to our world, and that's something I really hope that they got right with this. I don't want it to be something that's cheesy or he fell through a ring or like, I'm like, what is that? What is that? And we just have a lot of identity issues as far as what this movie is aiming to do, who it's aiming to hit, what its target audience is. But even with all that being the case, as I said before, there are a lot of people who are behind this just off faint childhood memories of Sonic being on in the background of certain times when the game was on. Or even for those of you who are diehard Sonic fans in the comments, I know there's a lot of Sonic community fans on this channel, and will you guys be seeing the film? Either way, they're going to turn a profit for you showing up regardless of what your reasoning is. And maybe you just want to support Sonic because you just do Sonic to death and it doesn't matter what it is. And for those of you, I salute, and I hope that they do this film justice for you guys. I can tell you guys personally, if they had a live action Star Fox film, I would go see it. Now, hopefully Fox would look somewhat like his video game counterpart, but even if he was kind of slightly off, I'd still go see it just because the curiosity would drive me to go see it. All those factors included, I do think this film would do decent at best. Now, it's not going to do any Endgame, obviously. It's not even going to do Detective Pikachu, in my opinion. I don't see that happening at all. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about the Sonic movie. You guys think you're gonna go see it? Do you think it doesn't look interesting at all? Are you one of the Sonic fans who need a 1-to-1? I don't like this at all. This is not Sonic to me. This is not what I grew up on. This isn't what Sonic is about. Since when the heck did Sonic throw a ring and it teleports people? Let me know all that in the comments below, guys. Please don't just leave the discussion with me. I'm passing it on to you. That's me. That's my pass. It was a bad pass. I gotta do an underhand. The desk is in the way. That's why I couldn't pass it the way I wanted to pass it. Don't laugh. Yeah, but anyway, guys, leave in the comments below, please. Let me know if you guys are going to go see this. Let me know who your favorite Sonic video game character is, and just what's your favorite Sonic video game in general, okay? And what you can do, please subscribe and ring that bell for notifications of the new videos like this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be sure to like the video if you did. Comment challenge. Are you gonna go see the movie despite the trailer? Do you think it's gonna be good? And what's your favorite Sonic game? Let me know all that in the comments below. And I'll see you guys again next week.